Hey guys, it's Jeff. Today I am diving Mona Island. Now Mona Island is about halfway between the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico, and it's absolutely gorgeous out here. It is super remote to the point where I think more people have been to space this year than have actually gotten to dive these islands here. I'm out searching today in the hopes of finding an old anchor that has been left behind by some ancient mariner. And the search is going to take me on a solo dive outside of the known dive site. I'm diving a grouping of patch reefs near Mona Island at a site called X Marks the Spot. Patch reefs are isolated outcroppings of coral that are close together but separated by areas of sand. My search for the anchor will take me from a max depth of 55 feet or 16 meters to about 35 feet or 10 meters. And all I have to go on is the anecdotal evidence provided by a crew member aboard the dive boat that I'm on. I start my dive by exploring and familiarizing myself with the patch reef directly under the boat, because if I can learn the reef here, I should be able to find my way back to it. There's a strong surge here, and I can feel the rushing water push me forward and back, watching the sea fans and soft corals sway back and forth. It's evident the surge is strong and may make navigation between patch reefs across the open sand a challenge. Ducking down between narrow channels in the coral, I find some reprieve of the effects of the surge. A school of bright blue Creole wrasse swim in front of me as if they're one as I pass over the top of the reef and above the sand, keeping this patch reef on my right. I head out towards some pillar coral that are rising up along the side of the patch reef and continue back towards the boat. Here I find schools of other reef fish like brown and blue chromis all over the reef here. And there's a great barracuda standing by to greet me under the boat. But it's time to leave the map dive site behind and head out across the sand. It's hazy out here and impossible to see the next patch reef ahead of me. Small rocky outcroppings provide an oasis for sea life out here. Finally, the next patch reef comes into view, and it's teeming with life. In nature, straight lines don't really occur, so I'm looking for a shape in amongst the coral here that looks like the surroundings, but stands out as man-made. I decide to cut across the sand and search the next patch reef, when I see some kind of tiny tube worm grouping in the underwater desert here. Arriving at the next patch reef, I discover visibility is dropping, and I work to create a mental map and keep track of my reciprocal headings so I can find my way back to the boat. A lone coney comes out from a little rock to greet me. Swimming up the patch reef, I find the surge is less in this area and spot an odd-shaped rock or coral head that beckons me over. Going to investigate, it looks to me like a tiny version of an alien straight out of the movie. Behind it, I catch a glimpse of a nurse shark heading my way. It passes by and heads off just as quickly as it came. Deciding I've ventured out far enough away from the dive boat and getting low on air, I decide to continue my search for the anchor on the way back. Another barracuda begins to follow me as a lone blackjack swims above. I examine every aspect of the reef for something that looks out of place. When I spot what I'm looking for, a solid straight line hiding on the reef. Approaching closer to the anchor, I can see that even the crown and the arms of the anchor are visible. Shifting direction and approaching from a different angle, I can see the ring or shackle at the head of the anchor is also clearly visible. Because this anchor does not have a stock, the crossbar that would have been towards the ring, we can surmise that it was made of wood and has since rotten away. It's hard to date the anchor, but based on the shape and lack of a stock, it could be a ship's anchor from the 17th to 19th centuries. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, definitely check out another one here at the end. We've done several on diving around Mona Island and its sister island, Monito. And if you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss a dive. But we will see you next time underwater.